Hey guys, Desolator Magic back again, and remember when I said in the last video that I hoped Wizards would stop doing dramatic, controversial, crazy crap that pisses everyone off, so then, I could maybe stop wasting my time talking about it and blow up some cards on camera or something? Well, here we go again. What is it this time? Is Aaron Forsyth getting a sex change? Probably not. I don't know, but this particular story is about a little newsworthy thing that popped up lately. So I decided to make a video about it. Mostly because it's controversial, of course. This latest hullabaloo is all about Wizards reducing the appearance fee, as it's called, which is the monetary bonus paid to platinum level players from the current $3,000, which is that's what it is right now, per Pro Tour, to just $250. Pretty drastic reduction there. In a given year, there are 4 of these promotional tours. No, it's not professional tours, it's promotional tours. As in, they're promoting the standard block that just got released, so that's why they cut Modern from it, but that's the last video. Anyway, with 4 of them, they basically just reduced the amount that a Platinum level player would get paid by $11,000, so it was $12,000 dropped down to $1,000. Now, the first thing I gotta say about this whole story is that you guys have to know something about me. The most important thing about this story, and I have mentioned this in the past, is that I don't give a crap about pro level anything. I don't care about the world tournaments. I don't really follow or know anything about any of the pros. I don't really care who wins. I don't care what stupid net deck wins. I don't follow any of the competitive play above the local level at all because it's boring, stupid, typically full of cheaters, and the same people keep miraculously winning over and over and over. Also, the coverage sucks. They never mic the players correctly, and, even the announcing isn't that great some of the time. It really is quite boring to watch, and a lot of the pros are about as charismatic as a potato. Actually, I really like potatoes. You might have noticed that in one of my past videos. But, I don't know, I guess I'll say they're as charismatic as a pile of gravel. So with that, I might be a little bit biased notification out of the way. Let's jump right into it. Now, the details on this scandal, which, by the way, is a bit generous of a name since it barely affects anyone or anything, and people really need to calm their tits about it, the details are all pretty well outlined. There's not a lot of mystery with this one. It's not like some big conspiracy or like a card leak or anything like that. So I might as well start telling you guys what the heck pro player club statuses even are in the first place, because honestly, even I wasn't too familiar with them. I knew they were kind of a thing, but I didn't know anything about them. So statuses last 1 year plus the remainder of the year that they were attained in. It's not an actual calendar year, it's what Wizards considers to be a season, and it does cross calendar years, but it is 1 year in duration. The different tiers are earned by points that you get from your ranking at any given pro level tournament. I have no idea how well you have to do to earn what level of points, because Wizards is hiding that information somewhere that I didn't look on their website, and I sincerely do not give enough of a crap to go find it. What I do know is that if you get to 18 points, you get silver status, gold is 33, and platinum is 50. And I have heard that to get to platinum level, you have to go to at least all 4 of the pro tours and probably a whole bunch of the, World Cups and the Grand Prix and that sort of thing. I assume 50 points requires you to do pretty darn well, too, at a high number of events, because there's only about 30-something players that have platinum status at the moment. Now, before we even get into the money aspect of it, let's go over my favorite part of this level system, because this just cannot go without mentioning. At the silver level, you get 2 automatic buys at Grand Prix tournaments. Gold and platinum level get you 3 buys. That is quite possibly the single most bullshit thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Oh no, God forbid some famous MTG celeb has to go up against a real opponent with a real deck and loses round 1 to an actual original deck builder. We better start them out with an automatic 3 rounds worth of wins so that by that time they're only playing against the 10 net decks that everyone's familiar with. So if you're one of those people who's just developed the greatest new deck ever, screw you, because you get to play an extra 3 rounds because you're not as important as those people. This is seriously like starting a World Series of Poker pro celebrity out with double the amount of chips as everybody else, just because some people might want to see a recognizable face at the final table. It's literally rigging the competition for these people. I mean, oh, you sort of did okay at a tournament this year. Here, have a ridiculously unfair advantage over everybody else at the next tournament. It is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. But that particular aspect of the level system is actually not what people are currently talking about. A lot of people actually are pretty pissed off about the whole automatic buy thing. Look that up online and people are ranting about it. But no, the $2,750 pay cut is apparently what people got their undies in a bundle about this time. Now, as far as I can tell, Platinum players currently get in 2016 3 automatically rigged games at a Grand Prix. They are also automatically invited to all Pro Tours. They're invited to the World Cup qualifier automatically, and they get an all-expenses-paid air travel ticket and free hotel stay to all Pro Tours all year. So that $3,000 that is took away, that has nothing to do with travel expenses. Like, except for buying food, I guess they're good. I mean, they're covered. And plus, I mean, $250 will get you like a couple taxi rides and some food for sure. I mean, come on. You could put your credit card down and raid the minibar for that price. I mean, come on. Now, keep in mind that Platinum level players at this moment, before the change, do receive an amount of money for showing up to basically anything, including Pro Tours, of course, and the World Cup qualifiers, believe it or not, and Grand Prix. They also get all kinds of bonuses on, like, MTG Online and some other stuff, so it's not like they're, mistreated. It's not like all they were getting is money and that's it. The only thing that's actually changing, as far as the recent announcement claims, is on August 8th of this year, they're reducing the appearance fee itself from $3,000 to $250 for Pro Tours, and then all other tournament appearances, I can't talk today. All other tournament appearance fee payments were reduced to $250 as well. It was $3,000 for Pro Tours, and then on down through the different types, $1,000, $500, and $250 for the 4 various event types that they hold throughout the year. So now they've been reduced to $250, $250, $250, $250. Now, I don't even like the term appearance fees. I mean, they really should have picked a different name. That's what a stuck-up celebrity charges someone to show up to an event, in case you're not familiar with the term. They don't care if it's like a charity event. If they have an appearance fee and they decide to enforce it, then they have an appearance fee. So some famous actor will have an appearance fee of, let's say, $10,000. And if you pay it, they will show up to something for the day. And it's usually because they'll draw publicity and they'll draw more people in because they're there. So you'll like sell more tickets or, whatever. But mostly it's just a fee because they're arrogant, self-absorbed dicks who think that they're worth more than any other human being on the planet. So maybe Wizards could have picked a different term than one used by Hollywood, because that just has the worst negative connotation to it. Anyway, I completely agree with the pay cut. Why? Well, first of all, because I don't care how well somebody did at the last couple tournaments. If they want to keep getting money, they can just keep winning and earn the actual prize money itself. For example, the Pro Tour for Eldritch Moon, which will be coming up pretty soon, pays $70,000 for first place. I mean, that's a lot more than $3,000. And then $40,000 is the prize for second place. You get $20,000 for third and fourth place, $10,000 for fifth through eighth place, $5,000 for ninth through 16th, and $2,500 all the way down to 24th place. Now, I could have sworn that some of them actually pay even lower, but that might have been Grand Prix. So if you are a pro player and you're platinum level and you want something close to the old $3,000 fee, just go to a pro tour and come in 24th place. I mean, platinum players have proven that they shouldn't have a problem doing that, especially since Wizards rigged the tournament to give them 3 free wins. Although that's actually Grand Prix. I don't think that those apply to pro tours, but I'm not 100% sure. Either way, I mean, the Grand Prix prizes are pretty high too. So now, instead of getting money just to show up and based on your past performance, it's basically paid for current performance. And so that's why it's just not the biggest deal in the world. Why should a player get paid just to show up? I mean, in fact, you may not have actually heard this aspect of it, but it adds up to more than $500,000. And that money has been taken away from the platinum players, and it's been directly added to the prize pool for the tournaments. So if somebody wants the money that's been taken away from them, as they put it, all they have to do is not lose horribly, not rank 25th or worse. Now, the number one argument I hear is that top-level pro players promote the game, so Wizards kind of owes them for, being a celebrity and, getting the name of MTG out there. That is so not true. I mean, you know who promotes the game, in my opinion? And this isn't even opinion, this is a fact. MTG HQ, Cybon, MTG Lion, Rogue Deck Builder, the Mana Source, and me. Mega apologies to anybody I forgot to put on that list. You don't see Wizards paying me anything, and I've introduced more people to MTG than any pro ever has, both in person and on YouTube. I have over 1 million total views at the moment on MTG-related content, and I made it for 0 cost to Wizards. So let's see, what has Wizards done for me lately? Let me think. Oh yeah, they allocated me 0 BFZ and 0 Oath Fat Packs because I'm not Star City Games, and then they blocked me from buying any Eternal Masters products at all because I'm not a Wizards Play Network location. Well, thanks Wizards, and screw you too. Hey, you ever wonder why all of my coverage of MTG and Wizards isn't positive all the time? That's why I keep it real, because I don't know them a damn thing. See, I'm not big on following this whole, pro scene and all that stuff, but honestly, I can't name one single MTG pro that has like a constructive, useful YouTube channel. Or at all. I can't even think of one with like a decent like Twitter account. I mean, it's not, like I said, it's not like I'm following it, but just nothing comes to mind as, oh, that's the source for this pro's outlet telling people stuff. They generally don't like go on forums and, write guides and help people with decks and give advice and review decks for people. And, they mostly just sit around and copy each other's net decks and then play MTG all day while hoarding secrets, advice, and mathematical research for themselves. Then they come out of their top secret little bunker cave thing to go play a tournament every month or two, so that they can go home and count their money afterwards. Almost all pros literally do nothing to help the game in any way. They just play it and win money. That's it. They don't benefit MTG at all. So if they aren't helping anyone, why give the money just to show up and exist? At least make them earn it by actually winning. Once again, I'll say it, if you want lots and lots of money, then just do well at the tournament because all that money was dumped into the prize pool. I mean, that's as close as the pros are ever going to get to actually earning the money that they get. Now, if there was a pro who showed up in the same flashy, color matched outfit every time and had a catchphrase, and they had a whole cheerleading fan base in the audience, and they were doing interviews with their fans, and they had a website and did publicity events for MTG, and they were on CNN getting interviewed about it, and that sort of thing. They were like a player/celebrity/spokesperson for the game trying to promote it. That's a whole different story. Then I'd be definitely on the side of continuing to give them an appearance fee because they're making enough of a scene to draw attention to MTG and get Wizards more customers. So they're actually giving them something of value. I certainly don't know anyone like that at the moment, though. Although a whole ton of characters from the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime are totally popping into my head right now. And you know what, on that show, they didn't give them crap. They didn't even give them food when they're on the island. They're just like, here, show up to the tournament. Here, have a boat ride. Screw you, you're on your own. Anyway, speaking of lots of money, a lot of pros are actually sponsored by all sorts of companies. That's why they're always using certain brands of sleeves and playmats and wearing certain hats and shirts all the time and drinking certain brands of drinks. And you guys know what they're all about. They get more than enough money from that. I mean, it's really absolutely pathetic amounts of money compared to the NFL or an esports team or something like that. But that's just because MTG isn't quite as exciting to watch, so it doesn't draw as much of a crowd as those do. In fact, not many people care if the same stupid pros that win everything all the time show up and win another tournament. I mean, they just don't have cheering sections. There just aren't people following these pros like they're One Direction fans or something. Now, see, I care if the Packers win the Super Bowl, and I will watch the games to see how they do, and I will follow news about them and that sort of thing. And almost nobody feels that way about these alleged MTG pros. Nobody's like, oh, I love him so much, he's so great. I mean, I just don't hear that enough. Now, the other problem with paying these so-called pros just to exist is it encourages them to cheat. As if giving them 3 free buys at a tournament wasn't cheating enough, someone is caught cheating at a high level just about every year. So back in the day, I've heard stories about how MTG was, even at the most competitive levels. It was basically best cheater wins. They did clean it up quite a bit, obviously, but people were knocking over libraries and hitting into people's life dice and resetting them and stuff and pretending it was just an accident. And, we're talking the top final tables and stuff. I mean, this is all hearsay from my friends telling me that this is what it was like. I wasn't, paying attention to the game back then, but I'm sure you could find all kinds of accounts like this. Even certain retired pros have said fairly recently, and this I did see a direct quote online of, they said it's basically just who can out-cheat everyone, even to this day. So they just cheat until the final tables and then just settle it there. you know, because there's cameras watching. And the guy who got caught even, you know, trick shuffling with the cameras watching, it took until after the event to catch him. Now remember the whole professional cycling, you know, what do they call it? Tour de France, you know, all that crap with everybody, you know, doping, and like everybody in the top 17 was cheating. You had to go down to like 18th place to find a guy that wasn't caught using illegal substances. Well, then remember like yesterday, the recent esports game rigging thing and people getting arrested, and then they're going to start drug testing for like Adderall and like illegal levels of, you know, caffeine and stuff. And there are people getting arrested over like, you know, illegal betting on them and rigging matches. It is just crazy. Everybody thought esports was all legit and good until it just blew up in their face all at once and they realized how messed up it really was. Well, unfortunately, if Wizards wasn't so concerned with their pretend pristine image that they've achieved, they would catch every one of those perpetual winning cheaters and get rid of them. But instead of, yay, we caught the cheaters, it would be more like, yay, we allowed everybody to cheat for this long, don't respect the game at all, and don't watch the coverage. So unfortunately, they want to pretend it isn't happening and let the same people win over and over, which, I mean, that just can't happen. It happens more than it should naturally. Now, I'm not saying every single individual pro player is a cheater, I'm just saying most of them are. So anyway, before Wizards was saying, we'll give you about $12,000 a year to do well at Pro Tours so you can quit your job and play MTG professionally. Why the hell do people like that deserve such an unfair advantage over, you know, anybody else? You know, like people who want to play at a high level but have a job and have a life? Or maybe they're just as good of a player, but then they're just starting out, so they aren't at any kind of pro club level yet. Then they get precisely nothing from Wizards. No assistance, nothing. But now it's more like pay for performance than pay for reputation and notoriety with the recent change. So that's why I think it's a huge step in the right direction overall. The bad situation with the current system arises when now a longtime pro is relying on that money to live off of, and they know exactly how much it is, regardless of how well they do. As long as they're platinum level, they get the same amount of money, and it's a lot of money. So that's their predictable income for the year, and then suddenly, let's say they show up, do their absolute best they possibly can with the best deck they possibly can, and then rank really low at a tournament. Oops. Now they can either start cheating or they lose their paycheck. Those are their two options, and I'm sure that's what most of them do, is start cheating. I think Wizards kind of knows this, and it's one of the reasons why they dropped it to $250 instead of the ridiculous amount it was before. Either that or they recognize that few people want to see the same people win year after year because it's suspicious and boring and predictable. So why give monetary assistance to make sure that that keeps happening, you know? In fact, I'd get rid of the automatic buys too, just to shake it up a little bit. I think a different set of people, for the most part, should go top 24 at every tournament, and those 24 people should be the ones that did the best. Just simply did the best on a level playing field without, you know, Wizards subsidizing them quitting their job so they could play MTG 12 hours a day. Nobody should have what equates to a base salary based on the previous year and then just get handed 3 free wins at certain tournaments. I mean, having different winners is how MTG works and should work. I mean, that's just how like deck variance and draw luck works. No matter how well you played and how well you built your deck, you're going to lose a certain portion of the time. I mean, you're going to draw nothing but mana, or you're going to draw only 2 mana. Giving out money and free wins only to certain players is the textbook definition of rigging a tournament in favor of certain people. I mean, I don't know why people don't realize this and have more of a problem with it. So just the money on top of it is that's just making it worse. So if these pros want to keep getting money, they can find more sponsors, actually win the tournaments and collect really big prize money amounts, get a side job, start a YouTube channel, sell MTG products and custom accessories with their face on it, stream on Twitch, which a lot of them actually do, or like write a book for all I care. I mean, do something to make money. I mean, come on, it's just like lazy to sit there and have Wizards just pay you. At least take some personal responsibility for your own finances and do something that at least resembles work to get your grocery money. Remember, Wizards took all the money that would be paid to the pros normally in this separate fund, which is over $500,000, and they put it into the prize pool for the tournament, so the people who are actually winning it get the money. So pros, you can win back your $3,000 paycheck you just lost by literally winning your money back. Just keep winning and doing well, and technically nothing actually changes from an income standpoint. Even if they took the money and instead of putting in the prize pool, just made the tournament better, or had a bigger space, or had more staff working at it, or had free food, or if it was separate from the tournament, let's say they just hired better R&D staff or more R&D staff, wouldn't that be something? They'd get more people designing the cards and they'd make less mistakes with more playtesters, or maybe they could print foils that didn't bend over time, or maybe they could put the money into improving card durability so that, it had better paper and it would, play better in sleeves without getting the edges nicked. Maybe they could take the money and improve the Gatherer website so it has more advanced search functions. I mean, they could do anything other than hand the money to these 30 people, and it would be helping a lot more people than just this tiny group of people. I mean, it's stupid. In the end, that really completely settles the issue for me. I mean, this really is just a ton of whining over something that's completely fair. I don't blame any actual pro, since anytime anyone has money taken away from them, they're going to complain regardless of the circumstances. But none of any of this is really legitimate complaints once you consider all the details involved. So hopefully this video laid out the details the way I see it, and it settles the issue in your mind too, or you can at the very least understand the opposing opinion that actually supports the appearance fee reduction. The most important thing to take away from this entire debate, though, is that I absolutely, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, do not give a crap about competitive top-level Magic events or anyone that plays at them. I'd very much struggle to give a crap even if I was actually attending a Pro Tour or Grand Prix. I mean, I play at the local level, and I know I'm good enough to play at the pro level, but I have better things to do with my time and money than go catch 10 people in a row trying to cheat shuffle my deck at a Pro Tour while they're complaining about not getting $3,000 to do so. Now seriously, Wizards, stop doing crazy controversial crap for like a week so I can just make more interesting videos than this. Wait, what's that I'm hearing? 2 of your judges are suing you now in the state of California. Oh my god, just kill me now. You know what? Puppies. Oh, look at those adorable puppies. They're so cute. Look at those little puppies. Oh, I wish I wasn't allergic to puppies. I'd get some of my own. Well, now I feel all better. I might not even cover that stupid judge thing because I'm not even on a side. I hate Wizards and I hate the judges. There, that's actually my video about it. That entire thing was how I feel about it. I think they're both wrong, and I hope the judge throws out the lawsuit, whatever. Judges are compensated horribly unfairly, and Wizards could certainly afford to pay them if they can afford to pay the pros, but saying that you were employees the whole time when you literally agreed in a signed contract that stated you're not employees, I mean, come on. It's just like every judge I've ever met. They're just, every single one, seriously, everyone I've ever met is not a very nice person. They're really arrogant, really entitled, and really aren't acting like they deserve to get paid more than they do, which is pretty much nothing. Well, I'm sure I've pissed off pretty much everybody at this point, so I'll just say see you guys next video, which is hopefully about exploding cards, puppies, or not wizard drama.